It's Saturday, June 6, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, the world's most valuable AI lab calls for an industry-wide pause button, a wave of billion-dollar bets on music, robotics, and quantum computing, and Google confronts AI's growing thirst for water. Let's get into it.
Supabase, the open-source Postgres development platform, has closed a $500 million Series F round led by the Singapore sovereign fund GIC, lifting its valuation to $10.5 billion. That roughly doubles its worth from its previous round. Investors are betting heavily on what the industry calls vibe coding, where developers describe applications in plain language and let AI assemble the back end. Supabase says the new capital will fund open-source tooling and employee liquidity as it races to become the default data layer for agentic software. The raise lands amid a broader surge of money-chasing AI development infrastructure, as the tools that help build AI apps become as valuable as the models themselves.
From funding to safety.
Anthropic is urging the industry to prepare for the unthinkable. The company publicly called on Frontier AI Labs to agree on a coordinated mechanism to slow or even pause development should advanced systems begin improving themselves faster than society can manage. Crucially, Anthropic says no single lab acting alone would be enough. Any pause, it argues, would require verification, shared rules, and the participation of every major player, so rivals could confirm a competitor had genuinely stopped. The warning carries weight because the company also revealed that more than 80% of the code merged into its own codebase in May was written by Claude. AI safety, in other words, is shifting from abstract debate to operational policy.
Turning to AI music.
The AI music boom just got louder. Suno, the startup whose tools let anyone generate full songs from a text prompt, has raised $400 million in a round led by Bond Capital at a $5.4 billion valuation. That is more than double its worth from just 7 months ago. The company says it now generates $300 million in annual recurring revenue and has passed 2 million paying subscribers. But Suno sits squarely at the center of the industry's thorniest fight over copyright, licensing, and how or whether human artists get compensated when machines learn from their work. For investors, generative media is becoming a major consumer category. The legal questions remain unresolved.
From songs to robots.
From software to the physical world. Generalist, a robotics startup, has raised $400 million led by Radical Ventures at a $2 billion valuation. The company is part of the fast-growing physical AI category, building models that let robots carry out real-world tasks. Its first system, released in April, can complete short physical jobs, the kind of fine motor work that has long stumped machines. The raise reflects a striking shift in venture capital, away from pure software and toward hardware, robotics, and embodied intelligence. Investors are hunting for companies that can connect AI reasoning to physical labor, from warehouses and factories to logistics and, eventually, the home.
Now, an environmental reckoning.
Google is trying to get ahead of one of AI's most uncomfortable questions: water. The company unveiled 5 new commitments for its data centers, headlined by a pledge to become water positive by 2030, alongside local infrastructure investments and greater transparency about how much water its facilities actually consume. The move comes as data centers face mounting pushback over their thirst for electricity and water, with communities demanding to know who benefits from the build-out. For hyperscalers, sustainability claims increasingly need to be backed by local impact, not just global accounting. AI's environmental footprint is fast becoming a central battleground for big tech expansion.
To the workforce.
The software industry is restructuring around AI, and GitLab is the latest example. The DevOps company is cutting roughly 350 employees, about 14% of its workforce, and exiting 22 countries as it repositions around enterprise software creation in the AI era. The move reflects deep pressure now rippling across the sector as AI transforms how code is written, tested, secured, and shipped. Platforms built for human developers are scrambling to become AI native, while protecting margins in a market where customers now expect automation to drive costs down. The uncomfortable through line, AI is pushing software companies to do more with far fewer people.
Following the compute crunch.
The hunt for computing capacity is minting a new class of infrastructure giant. Switch, a data center developer, is reportedly in talks to raise billions of dollars at a valuation above $50 billion, with potential backers including major private equity and institutional investors. The talks show how the AI boom has transformed data center operators into some of the most valuable companies in technology. As model builders and cloud providers scramble for capacity, investors are treating power-ready campuses and enterprise-scale facilities as scarce strategic assets. The bottleneck in AI, increasingly, is not chips or models. It is the land, power, and cooling needed to run them.
Now, the bigger picture.
America's labor market sent a confusing signal on Friday. The May jobs report showed employers added 172,000 positions, nearly triple what some economists had forecast. But analysts warned the headline hides a fracture. Beneath the strong number, AI-driven displacement appears to be accelerating in high-skill sectors, and the labor force itself is contracting. Goldman Sachs estimates AI is now displacing around 16,000 U.S. jobs every month. The unemployment rate is holding steady, analysts caution, not because the market is uniformly healthy, but because fewer Americans are actively in it. The takeaway, a jobs boom and an AI squeeze can, unsettlingly, coexist.
On to regulation.
Regulators are starting to reshape the economics of AI search. Britain's Competition and Markets Authority has ordered Google to give publishers far more control over whether their content appears in AI-generated search features, including the AI overviews that summarize results at the top of the page. In a world first, publishers will be able to opt out of AI use without losing their ordinary search visibility, and Google must implement the changes within 9 months. The decision matters enormously for newsrooms watching traffic erode as AI summaries answer questions directly. It also gives regulators a template separating search indexing from AI training and summarization.
A defense tech warning.
A cautionary tale from the world of defense. AI Shield AI, a venture-backed autonomy company, is facing fresh scrutiny after Reuters reported more than 50 crashes involving its VBAT drone over the past 18 months, along with a May training accident in which a Romanian Navy official lost 2 fingers. Former employees alleged the company concealed flaws and retaliated against staff who raised safety concerns. Shield AI denied wrongdoing. The report lands at a sensitive moment, as defense startups move from flashy demos to real military deployments. When autonomous systems fail in the field, the consequences are physical and geopolitical, and their safety culture will face far closer inspection.
Across the Atlantic now.
Europe is placing bigger bets beyond the AI race. Quobly, a French quantum computing startup, has raised 115 million euros in Series A funding, led by BP France, Seals Q, and the chipmaker ST Microelectronics. The company is building quantum computers on silicon and plans to accelerate industrialization toward its first commercial product. Silicon-based quantum systems are especially attractive because they could, in theory, tap existing semiconductor manufacturing methods, giving Europe a credible path to scale if the technology matures. The funding adds momentum to a continental push for strategic technologies as governments and chipmakers look for the breakthroughs that will define the era after today's AI boom.
And finally, agents at work.
The rise of the AI agent is reshaping business software. Factorial, a Barcelona-based human resources platform, has raised $150 million in a Series D round led by Generalist at a $2.5 billion valuation. The company plans to expand its AI agents and deepen its presence in Germany. The round points to a broader shift. Startups are no longer pitching dashboards alone. They are embedding agents that can handle repetitive workflows, answer employee questions, and automate back-office tasks across HR, finance, and operations. AI agents, increasingly, are the new growth story for the unglamorous but essential software that runs companies.
That's your briefing for Saturday, June 6, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.